Wolfpack, what's going on? It's your boy, the Wolf of Roto Street, rotostreetjournal.com. We breed and feed fantasy wolves here with your Thursday night football tailgate. It is a busy one this week. Lots of weird injuries, COVID, a ton of stuff going on, having lineups just all kind of all over the place coming into this game. So, of course, I am going to be here to answer all your sit starts, cover some of that news, also update my rankings, which I'll pull in a second. So let me know what sit starts you have, what dilemmas you have. I'm just going to cover real quick the Thursday night football stuff to break down. Aaron Jones is going to be active, so let me bring in my stream and kind of show you where I would rank him. Ultimately, not as high as 6 because there is some risk, but I don't have him. I got to keep him in this top 10. They have nobody else, like Tyler fucking Irving and Dexter Williams. I mean, yes, they're talking about managing his load and not a full workload, but Aaron Jones doesn't need a full workload to go completely crazy. In fact, he typically sees 15 to 18 touches anyways. So I am probably playing Aaron Jones. I'm getting a lot of questions like Aaron Jones versus Jermichael, who I love Jermichael. I think he could have a great night tonight. I still have to have Aaron Jones. There's too many times where I've been burned by benching him. He just needs one play to pop off. You know how cautious this coaching staff is. They're not going to have Aaron Jones out there if he's only going to be a decoy. Why make him active? He's not going to be an emergency type of player. And if he is, then holy shit, I'm sorry, like my fault. There is some inherent risk here. If you are a heavy favorite and you don't need to stomach that risk, then don't do it. No need to. But ultimately, in most lineups, I'm going to put my guy back in there. He's been your running back 4 on the season, despite missing a couple of games. Definitely in points per game. Aaron Jones is a stud, and studs should be in your lineup, even with the risk. I personally will stomach it, but let me know which guy you're getting. And then you also got to consider, too, though, like I was saying, if you're the heavy favorite, you just want the sure points, you want a Jermichael Hasty getting 15, 20 carries, I understand that. I'm fine with that. That is perfectly okay with me. But ultimately, I would be going Aaron Jones over most people in most situations. There's only, as you can see here, 9 running backs that I have above him. And so that does bump down, Tyler Irvin, who I had like up in this, he was going to come up to right around here. He's going to be above a Madison, a Gore. He's still going to catch some balls right around this kind of Jonathan Taylor, McKissick range, this Jordan Wilkins range is kind of where I see him sliding in. DJ Dallas, if Carson plays, would obviously bump down too. So is he usable? Sure. Breida might also be inactive, so that's tricky to wait for. We'll kind of cover him in a sec. So you could use Irvin. I mean, Dexter Williams, do I even have him ranked in here yet? Yeah, he's right around here, the big back. Maybe he sees a goal line touch or two, so I guess he could be considered. Again, not somebody I'm sprinting out to start, not looking forward to starting him. Give me like Trumaine Pope, who's back at practice this week instead. But that's my Packers running backs. Aaron Jones at running back 10 with Irvin right in this 35. That's still honestly fucking generous. 40-ish range. I don't know about Wilkins. It's tricky. It's a tricky call. I think he could catch some balls, but again, it could just be an Aaron Jones show, and people overreacting could end up paying. So I'm going to stick to that. In terms of the 49ers backs, we know Coleman's out. As you can see here, I like McKinnon more than the consensus, about 9 spots higher than the consensus. I think they could get game scripted, and he'll be the main pass-catching back. With no receivers, I mean, they might be putting this dude at receiver at some points tonight. Give it 1 second. Let me move the mic a little bit closer here. Sorry if that's ultimately now louder for you guys, but that's way up there. But Jerick McKinnon, definitely a bit riskier than, let's say, Jermichael Hasty, who's a quote-unquote expected to be the guy, expected to be featured, is the latest on him. So I like Hasty tonight. Again, running back 16, the zone blocking scheme has it all to himself, has the upside to jump into this top 10 if he hits. I personally, and let me know, Wolfpack, what you think. I'm going to answer all yours, as you know I always do, but let me know if you guys have any strong opinions here on Antonio Gibson versus Jermichael Hasty. That's my decision I got to make at this point. So let me know if you have any thoughts on that one. And as always, too, if you don't mind giving this a thumbs up, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, if you get the heart button on the, of course, Periscope, that stuff means the world. It helps us get discovered by more people. And we'd greatly, greatly appreciate it if you're willing to do that for us. Otherwhere in this game, obviously the wide receiver situation very strange. The COVID hitting quite hard in the 49ers receiving room. So that means like a Trent Taylor for desperation streamers. There's so many guys I'd rather have before Trent Taylor. We can add him in because he's going to catch some balls here. Richie James is going to be, one of the next men up. So we'll throw him in here just to see kind of where they slide in. Keelan Cole, I accidentally X'd out of the other day. I'm not going after these guys. Let's be real here. Trent Taylor, probably the safest bet from the wide receivers crew to have like 5 catches maybe. But Alan Lazard not playing, so we're getting him out. Brandon Ayuk not playing, COVID related. So we got to get him out. I know Kendrick Bourne is out. So we're left in shambles here for 49ers. I'm going to bump Taylor right up into, this kind of like Scotty Miller. Well, Scotty Miller's going to have freaking Antonio Brown back. I don't mind Randall Cobb. I think Randall Cobb actually is kind of undervalued each and every week. Manuel Sanders also going to be back this week, so we'll bump him up right into this range. Crowder not expected to go, so we're going to X out of him. Slayton, I'm just definitely down on compared to the consensus. Again, I won't go too crazy. I'm just going to cover some of those notes. But Trent Taylor, right in this 50-ish range, the best bet to catch some balls. Maybe Richie James, the more explosive of the guys, does something, but I'm not going to have, we'll have Tim Patrick bumped up. He's now looking like he could be giving it a go this week. In that matchup, he's got to be higher. That's kind of where I'm going to go there. I mean, who's the other fucking creature starting for them? Like, Waters, is that his name? Like, who is it? I honestly don't even know who the rest they have other than what is it? So Rivercraft. Who are you? He's going to probably score 2 touchdowns tonight. Put him in your DFS and go for the gold there. What this does probably mean, though, and who has also activated tonight, is Jordan Reed. And, man, they're going to give him all the targets he can probably handle tonight. So I have him right here at 15 in this range. I feel comfortable with that. So as you can see, I'd rather have Ebron. Again, could be target hog, but there's just so much risk with Jordan Reed. I'm starting him in my most important league because I have Goddard on bye. But I wouldn't bench like a Jonnu Smith, who has his own risk too. But you don't know if you're getting a hamstring injury. We've all bet on the Jordan Reed Express, and it typically leads to hell. Every now and again, you'll get a 2-touchdown day these days, and maybe he's going to have the volume to potentially do it. I'm not in on Jordan Reed too hard tonight, though. So right there, tight end 15 is right about where I have him. Maybe Dwelly, maybe they run some 2 tight end sets, so above like a Jack Doyle or like a Ian Thomas, maybe he ends up getting the touchdown Dwelly, but you'd have to be pretty damn desperate to use him. Elsewhere in this game, so as we mentioned, Lazard will not be in. Dexter Williams is very meh, and the wide receivers are quite the quandary. So the other notes just to cover quickly within the league, Michael Thomas got another limited practice in. Emmanuel Sanders was in. As you saw, I bumped him up earlier. So I'm just showing you Michael Thomas has to be right around your top 12 if he's playing as good as they come. But there is a concerning note that Drew Brees, he's working off to the side. It gets a limited session in. I imagine he's in, but what if we get revenge game Jameis Winston? That would be fucking fun, right? It wouldn't really be a downgrade to Michael Thomas or Sanders. If anything, it might even be a bump up. But I am higher on Brees. Might have to bump him down. There is some positive news for Matthew Stafford, the next guy I wanted to cover, in that his family, they're all tested negative for COVID. So he could be right back, and that would be obviously a great boon. I haven't adjusted Marvin Jones quite yet. Marvin Hall is a sleeper. With Golladay out, I have Jones right here at 23, facing that Viking secondary. Could be in for a really nice day. But we do need to have, of course, Matthew Stafford and not David Blau or probably Chase Daniels at quarterback. So just wanted to make note of that. Keep tracking Matthew Stafford's status. We got no Calvin Ridley at practice, no Jamison Crowder or Sam Darnold. Darnold expected to go so far, but what does it matter? You're hopefully not starting any Jets receivers, and you're hopefully not starting Sam Darnold. You'd have to be pretty fucking desperate to be doing that. We do have Christian McCaffrey back at practice. I like him here at 4. Tougher matchup, and let's see him get the full workload before we go crazy, but will soon be up here at number one most every week's. It seems like a formality was the exact quote we got on his status. Zeke Elliott hamstring in addition to the tough matchup. Man, it's getting tricky and tricky to rank Zeke. This might be one of those weeks where everything's trending the wrong way, and of course Zeke just blows up, right? As soon as you get rid of him out of your lineup is when he's gonna fuck you right back. But I don't feel good about it. Like I'd kind of want to ride out Hasty tonight, because what if he sits, and even if he doesn't, it's less than 100. Maybe they limit the workload a little bit. Not feeling great about him. Jordan Wilkins was back at full practice, as was JT. I mean, is it JT? Is it Wilkins? Like, if only they could just hand the reins over. Clearly, that's not going to happen. So I have both guys as like low end flexes. In my opinion, I'm just answering a quick question. So Ravens running backs, Mark Ingram's going to be out, so another solid setup for Dobbins. So I guess I'm a little lower than the ECR. Indy is a tough matchup. He did play, 56 snaps compared to 26 for Gus Edwards, but I also love Gus. I mean, he's led the team in carries back-to-back weeks. So ultimately, Ravens, you're looking at another solid week after they ripped off 15 carries, Dobbins over 110 yards. We got Gus Edwards getting the score and 80 yards on 16 carries, leading the team with those. So you feel good about both those guys. Gallman could be in question because we have Devonta Freeman practicing. It's looking like he might be back. Breida did not practice, so that's getting pretty ugly. Like, you can't start him at this point. And maybe he gets cleared, but that would mean Jordan Howard, who's probably not even ranked right now. Jordan, nope, he's not. He's now suddenly relevant again. Jordan Howard could be seeing 15-ish touches this week, as well as Patrick Laird, I think, has to be tossed into rankings. Hat tip to good old Mr. Overzet. Mr. Laird definitely could be in play as the pass-catching option there, with Myles Gaskin and Matt Breida potentially missing this game. So they have to at least be in rankings. I'd say Jordan Howard. I'd play a Howard over an Irvin. Let's put it that way. If he's the 3-down back, he'd probably be over, not over Taylor, but Wilkins. Like, ugh, it's all gross. It's all fucking gross. I feel like I got to bump down DJ because I have it ranked as if an AP, like, yeah, I like the revenge game, but not that much. And last two notes, and then on to your questions the rest of the time, the last 20 minutes or so till kickoff. Sony Michel returns to practice. Probably not going to play, just the 21-day window activated, but I love, as you can see here, Damian Harris, top 20 running back for me this week. That would throw a humongous wrench in his status. And then Jaguars are expected to throw downfield more with Jake Luton. Just had to make sure that stayed up there for you guys. So that's all I got for you. Let me know again what your questions are. Thumbs this on up. If you're on Facebook, wherever you're at, the heart button on Periscope, it all means the world. I'm going to get rid of that and focus now in on your questions. Let me just hit the publish button. I don't want to get in any type of issue here with the rankings as you guys get your questions in, because I could get screwed for having some players in that aren't playing and things of that nature. So publish these. And we are off. They are published. So now it is time for your questions. 35 of them to start. Let's see how many come in. Hasty, says Steve Michelson, over under 11 points. I say over. I like his spot. Easiest run D. We saw what Dalvin Cook does. They struggle against zone blocking schemes. The clear lead back. The risk there is, does he get flowed out? Because if the Packers get up huge early, then we're going to have a McKinnon show. So I think both backs are in play tonight. I do like Hasty, though. I really do. I'm deciding between, again, him and Gibson. I'm probably going to go Gibson, though. Aaron Jones or Justin Jackson for Jose Vega. Again, a lot of this determined by your risk tolerance. Are you a heavy favorite? You don't need to take on the risk. Well, Justin Jackson's going to get you a nice 10 to 12. Most cases, I'm going to go Aaron Jones here, Jose. Apologize in advance if he doesn't do well, if he gets a limited, workload, there's obviously risk with it. I'm admitting that. But his upside is too great for me to bench in most situations. I'm going to go Aaron Jones and hope it's just if they're letting him in, that cautious Green Bay staff, I have a feeling he's going to be pretty legit. And all you need is 15 or so carries for him to go crazy. That's up to you, though. You got to pull that trigger, and you can't come at me and say, fuck, he only got 2 snaps. Like, that's the risk. So it's up to you whether you want to stomach or not. I personally will be if I own him. Elbow cough from Mitch Chavez. Don't know what you mean, my man, but I love you. Good to see you as always. Martin Broadhurst, full PPR, Chark or Hasty. Thank you. I'm going to go Hasty there. I feel great about Hasty tonight. I do. I much prefer him. Start Hasty or Edwards. I like Hasty. I do like Edwards, as I mentioned, David Campanile, but give me the full workload, the goal line back tonight. I'm into it. I'm real into it. Steven Drake's my man. Wolfpack. Need 2 in a flex. Mooney, Crowder, or Ridley. So, I mean, there's a good chance Crowder and Ridley don't play. So I don't know what to tell you there. Mooney, I really like this week. He's one of my favorite streamers. And if I am missing out on like Ayuk or suddenly one of these receivers in the game, if I was banking on Lazard, I love Mooney. Tennessee gives up the most points to secondary receivers. And he's number 3 in air yards in the league in the last 5 weeks since Foles took over. Love him. They just need to connect a couple times. So I love Mooney, but we're going to have to find you some other options. And of the tight ends, I prefer Jonnu. They're both so touchdown dependent, but Andrews has the tougher matchup. Hey, Wolf, tight end, full PPR, Tunyon or Ebron? That's tricky, Keen. That's a tough one. Ebron does get the cakewalk, the Dallas matchup. So my gut's kind of leaning Ebron with the easy matchup, but then Tunyon, again, Lazard's out. So, Keen, this is as close as it gets. I have Tunyon 11 and Ebron 12. It's a tough call. It's a really tough call. I'd probably go Tunyon, even though the 49ers are good against tight ends. But, yeah, that's real tricky. My man, Fat Boy's in tonight. Give this man a thumbs up. Cheers, brother. Appreciate it. Pumping up the pack here. What's up, Wolf? What's going on, my man? Geckel, Aaron Jones all day, and Thursday action. There you go. You get the Thursday action. You let it ride, Cody Hawks. Yeah, I agree. Man, losing Galladay, possibly Ridley, probably Ridley. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's rough. Planning on Crowder or Jefferson. We don't know about Crowder, though. He didn't practice today, Cam, so we got to have a backup. AB chilling over Crowder all day. Yes, even if Crowder plays, get AB in your lineup, baby. Cam, you got to listen to the pod if you haven't heard it yet. AB's my higher receiver. Brady's going to pepper this guy. First game back, get him comfortable, get him feeling good, get him in a groove. And he has as much talent as anybody in the league if he's still AB. Big if, but every report saying he looks fantastic. I'm not buying the snaps. He's going to be in. He's going to be in. They're going to design some drives for the guy. I love AB this week. Do I start Reed or Parker? I got to go Parker. Come on. I mean, Reed could, again, the only target, but could be one route run before he's gimping off. Like, he is the biggest risk there is out there, folks. In Parker, like, tough matchup against Jalen Ramsey. I'm not holding that against him. He still scored. No running game right now. I like Parker this week. I think he could rebound as your flex. My man, Craig Sarno, where did you go? I just had you. Sup, Wolf, ugly this week. It is. It's a greasy, another greaser that we got to slime out the best picks for. Need 2 running backs and a flex, half PPR, CEH, Taylor, Montgomery, or Wilkins. I got to go CEH. Love the matchup. And then Montgomery. I mean, I hate him, but the floor is still 8 to 10. Taylor and Wilkins, I'm avoiding that. Oh, you need 2 of them. Okay, and a flex. Then you just go for Taylor and hope the talent supersedes, I guess. But we'll keep track of those injuries, Craig, as well. But Montgomery, CEH, and then Taylor for now. Pick 2 Godwin. Pick 2 for TS. Godwin, if he plays, Cooks, AB, Deontay. I think I'm going to go Deontay Godwin. I love getting AB in, but if Godwin plays, then AB's probably the third. So I would probably go Godwin and Deontay there is where I'm leaning. Love the plays, though. You got all great options. Green Bay's linebackers last week were maybe the seriously, right? The single worst unit I've ever seen. Dudes fucking ran into each other and knocked each other down 3 times. So again, as DJ, you're pointing out very well, they are a horrible run D. So Hasty, even though he might be a no-name, he's tough to avoid firing up this week. Sit one. Yeah, we just got that one for you, Craig. Lost Kittle, Ingram, Jonnu. Which one? Oh, so you lost. Okay, gotcha. Ingram or Jonnu? I'm going Jonnu. Ingram has seen the third most targets among tight ends, but I'm leaning Jonnu there. Do I risk starting Josh Jacobs due to illness and start Hasty? That's tricky. That's a tough one. I think he's going to play. I think he's going to be fine, but I'm no doctor. If he plays, he's getting a great matchup against the Chargers, getting the 5th most points the last 4 weeks. But Hasty's in a great spot. So I can't sit here confidently and be like, yep, you got to love it. Your 5 backs. Sorry, 1 second. Your 5 backs are Moss, Edmonds, DJ, Jacobs, Hasty. I mean, my favorite of them are Jacobs and Edmonds, like by a mile this week. And so then it comes down to DJ or Hasty. I have DJ slightly higher, but Hasty, get that action tonight. I'm really excited for him. Likes Gibson over Hasty. I appreciate you weighing in. So that's my question here is Gibson versus Hasty. And I'm leaning Gibson myself, but it's tough. Herbert or Allen. So we got Herbert or Allen. I got to go Herbert. But Allen's getting the Seahawks this week. Most weeks it's going to be Herbert, no brainer. I like Josh though. Against the Seahawks, this is where he comes back out and gets his 30-point day. Give me Josh. Jonnu or Big Bob for Craig. I like Jonnu. I think he's going to bounce back this week. They're very susceptible, Chicago, to tight ends, or more so at least. Jones, CEH, Gibson, can't decide which two, with a nice smiley face from Finns. I'm probably going to go Jones, Gibson. Jones the riskiest. Again, I'm going to say that with every time I recommend him. Huge risk. I just have a hard time benching him. I really do. So I go Jones, and I think Gibson just above CEH, even though he also gets Carolina. So that's a smash. That's an impossible decision, man. But Jones, Gibson's where I'm leaning. Thoughts on Hollywood squeaky wheel? I mean, both him and Lamar are both saying they want to get him some looks. So I get it. I like it. Totally. Michael Phelps, the famous swimmer. Glad you're a big fan of the Roto Street Journal dive here. So yeah, AKA 4 backs. Exactly. I don't know about that game tonight, man. It could get ugly, but I'm liking the run games in both. Rest of season, Rager or John Brown, PPR. I go Johnny, I think. Definitely this week. Rager's on a bye, so never mind. But to me, Rager, Fulgham just is so impressive. Is as high as I want Rager's ceiling to be. I don't know if he's going to take that. Jordan Reed shouldn't be playing football for his own good. I mean, seriously. But firing him up. Herbert for show, says Michael Phelps, but Craig coming back with he gets the sweet Seattle D, and that's where I sign, is that sweet Seattle D shootout matchup. Allen's coming back. I love it. Should I start Robert Tonyan? Yeah, he's my number 11 tight end, so you guess, who's the other option, but probably. Love the show. Thank you, Bob Smith. I appreciate that. You're one of the few experts with Gus over the TB backs. What makes you feel that way, says Luke Singy. Well, one, Ingram's going to be out too. I just don't know what to believe in that backfield. One of those guys will probably outscore Gus, but Gus will get his 15 carries, a tougher matchup, but he's a goal line guy. So, I like going the bus. I like going the bus this week. You have Hasty or Carson this week. That's tricky because is Carson locked in? If so, he's my number 9 running back above Hasty. There's some inherent risk there, but when the man plays, he's just an absolute monster. He's not going to test it out till Friday. So, I mean, it is, you either risk it and then you have to have your backup plans. You have DJ Dallas, I think I probably wait that out for Carson, but I do really, again, I want to emphasize, I like Hasty tonight. AJ Brown and Ridley not at practice. AJ Brown's going to be fine-tuned. This is kind of his routine. I'm screwed. Don't you freak out here. Anyone to possibly target tonight or this weekend? My only backups are E. Sanders and Shepard. Good time for me to plug Darnell Mooney. 7-8% owned right now, 3rd in the league in air yards since Foles took over. had a nice 18-point day last week and gets Tennessee the second most the most points to wide receivers, number 2 wide receivers particularly, third most to wide receivers in general. I like Darnell Mooney. I like that kind of stack, honestly, Foles, Mooney as a contrarian DFS, to be honest. But I like going Mooney as my favorite stream. But you can let me know what some other options are. Like Corey Davis is on some waiver wires. Of course, him first. Let me know some of the top available ones. 20-team league from Gross Weatherman. Would you roll with Lat Murray? Damn, 20 teams. That's fucking nuts. DJ Dallas or Tyler Ervin this week? Man, that's tough. Like DJ Dallas is clearly far ahead if Carson sits, and then he's clear last one. I mean, Irvin's like the most guaranteed for work. You get yourself a little action tonight. I'd probably go him, Gross Weatherman. Don't love it, but that's where I'm kind of leaning. McKinnon's legs still fucking tired. Seriously, Craig Sardo, one of the worst comments I think I've ever read. He's the absolute. That was just the fucking worst. But I like him to get that going tonight. Irvin or Hines for flex. I'm preferring Irvin there. Don't love it though. Hasty or Dobbins. I like Hasty. I was getting worried you weren't going live. No, you know I'm here, Omar. I got your back, man. I'm going Hasty. Swift or Hasty? I prefer Hasty. I do. I like Hasty tonight. Swift is right there at 16 where I have Hasty 15. So it's close. It's real close, but I prefer Hasty, Sarah. Got offered Singletary. No, I gave it a hard no. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a hard no. No doubt about it. All right, I'm going to keep ripping through here. I know I have a bunch of questions, so I'm just going to go fast. Emoticon for a dab must not show the same. Oh, gotcha. What's up, though, my wolf? Good to see you, dude. Dab to you. Robert Tunyon, what do you think? Fine play. I don't know. I don't know who the other option is. Aaron Jones, hard sit. Probably playing him, Rhett, but I need to know the other option. Chris Carson, I would sit Aaron Jones for. They're both a little bit risky, but I'd rather have Chris Carson. I would love you to follow, but I'm going to answer. I'm going to get there, right? You don't have to, come on. Follow because you like the content. Don't like hold it over our heads. And if you don't, you don't. I hope you follow though and put on the notification for us. And anybody out there, if you're willing to subscribe on YouTube or wherever you're at, please hit that subscribe button, turn it on. We'd love to have your subscriptions, but again, we don't want you to hold it over our heads. We're going to answer. We're going to do it for you. Just do it because you like the content. That's the goal here. How much of a hit do you think Hawkinson takes with the backup QB? A solid one, but he's again as steady as they come too. So I go that. Swift or Aaron Jones? I go Aaron Jones. I'm letting it ride, Noah. I got to have my guy in there. I miss the pod a lot because of work. I usually catch up every few days. Thanks, man. Have a good one. Hit with injuries, Sway, Thrasmagus. Can you help with my lineup? Montgomery, Fournette, Moss, Singletary, Dallas, Wilkins. I mean, you got to limit it down for me, man. I'm not going to go through 8 choices. Like, let me know which ones you're weighing it down to. Hasty or Brandon Cooks? I like Brandon Cooks, my man. I like Hasty tonight. I really do like Hasty tonight. I feel good about him. You think Aaron Jones will get enough touches? I think so. Yeah, I'm into him. Shit, I have AB. I have AB on a different team than my previous question. If I was to play AB, I'd have to sit DJ Moore or McLaurin. I'd sit DJ Moore. I'm not into DJ Moore, my man. Chiefs is a great defense. He's such a third option there, in my opinion. For how underrated channel is, a lot. I appreciate that. Yeah. Help us get discovered. I wouldn't call it underrated. Those who follow us like us. You may have answered this, Wolf, but do we think Hasty? I said over for Hasty. I like over. I like Hasty a lot tonight. Dobbins or Trent Taylor? You got to go Dobbins there. I'm not that into Trent Taylor. Come on now. Matt Ryan or TB12? Go TB12. Don't love Ryan this week with Ridley probably out. Jay Reed tonight or M. Williams Sunday, full PPR for Anthony Fella. I like Williams there, full PPR. Reed, again, so risky. I'm starting him because I have to. I don't want to start him. He could have a huge day. That's always within his realm of possibility. That's why I'm fingers crossed, hope it happens. But it's not a great bet. Williams is looking pretty damn good. Hawkinson with the backup or Jonnu with a tough matchup. Jonnu's actually not a tough matchup. Jonnu's actually a decent matchup this week. Tunes. So I go Jonnu against Chicago. I think he rebounds. Tunyon or Ingram for Huff. I like Tunyon tonight. Wolfie, I'm back. Yes, that's what I like to hear. Juicy trade Robinson for CEH, Godwin, Herbert, and pretty sure he watched your show and got cold feet. Sorry to hear it, Jack. That was a juicy fucking offer. Are we starting Aaron Jones or what? Yep. As I said at the top of the show, I broke that down. Most cases, I've met RB10. I'm just going to go for the upside. It's huge risk. If you're a huge favorite, there's no need to absorb that. And if you have a good option, I understand that. But yeah, I'm going Aaron Jones in most cases. What's up, Wolf? Been a hot minute, Dylan Adams. Great to see you. Robbie, Godwin, Jonathan Taylor, pick 2. I'm going to go with the receivers there. Can't trust Taylor right now. Not into it. When we get drunk, Wolf again. That was a blast. Oh, man, that was incoherent, Wolf. I could certainly have a beer. I'll crack one with you guys right now. Why not? But that Wolf doesn't come out too often on a weeknight, at least, Craig.
Do they want last week's Wolf?
Yes. But for the people, we will have a nice juicy IPA. Why not, right? Turn the tides, a nice channel marker. Let's get back to you guys' questions. Aaron Jones or Jermichael asks Price Austin. I'm going to go Aaron Jones most of the time. Hasty is safer, but I prefer the upside of Aaron Jones in most cases for sure. Could you grab me a paper towel?
What?
Can you grab me a paper towel? I just spoke a little bit. Thank you.
Paper towel, girl.
All righty, hold on. Renfro. Oh, come on. Or Howard. I got to go Jordan Howard there, Jack. Probably going to be the feature back. So I go Jordan Howard with Breida looking unlikelier to play by the day. All right, just had a little spillage. Hold on. Thank you guys for your patience there. Answer the Jones questions. Go fuck yourself. I already answered it. And I covered that at the start of the show. Who are these people that like come in? Are you fucking kidding me, Christopher? Like who are you to come into a show where I give out free advice, happy to do it, love doing it, and then demand answers? Go fuck yourself. Green Bay defense. Maybe they're okay. Hasty or Aaron Jones tonight. I like Aaron Jones. I go for the upside. But again, if you're the favorite, you got to ride with Hasty, the surer volume. Respect what you do, Wolfie. Let's go. See, that's the type of comment I love. Thank you, Jack. You're the man. Aaron Jones or Scary Terry? I'm going to probably go for the safety of Terry. Tunyon or Ebron? I'm going to go Tunyon, Brandy, but it's literally tight end 11 versus tight end 12. Neck and neck, but I go Tunyon tonight. Trent Taylor, Brown, Aguilar, Anthony Miller, Traquan, Golden, Preston. No Darnell Mooney. Go John Brown, baby. I love John Brown out of that one, Tunes, against Seattle. Traded David Johnson and Keenan Allen for Derrick Henry and Mike Evans. Good or bad trade? I like it because Derrick Henry, Jesus, his playoff schedule, it's like Jacksonville, it's Green Bay, it's 3 bottom 6 defenses, and you know how he already is in December, so I love it. It's stupid to think your boy Montgomery, fucking hate Montgomery, startable over CEH. Yeah, I mean, especially when he's facing Carolina, so definitely I think it's dumb. Drop Bernard to start Hasty. I mean, maybe, but Bernard, I like hanging on to him to see what Mixon's status is. Depends who your other option is over Hasty, Sarah. If CMC doesn't start again, I'm sure it will. Exactly, right? That's when it will really get flowing, Mitchell. Just traded Mixon and Amari Cooper for Higgins and Chubb. How did I do? I'm going to get to the sit starts for now. I'll get back to you, Dylan. For fuck's sakes, play Jones over Hasty. Fuck the haters. Fuck Christopher. Seriously. Yeah. Like, come on, guys. I appreciate it. And Chris, just be a fucking normal human being. Like, we'd love to have you. Subscribe, be there. But come on now. Keep doing you, man. Food content and checking in more than ever. Probably not good content, but I will do some food content some days for you. a lot of Chris hate here. Thanks for your time and effort. There we go. There's the nice fans out there. I can't understand why 99% of you guys are the fucking best out here. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let me get back to your question, Dylan. Just traded Mixon and Amari for T. Higgins, I imagine, and Chubb. I like it, especially if you're in a spot where you could absorb Chubb for the week or two. You might have to. Mixon looks great when he's out there, but getting riskier. Bernard now looked good. Maybe they split time. Cooper, I think, is a great sell. Love Higgins. Love me some Higgins. And Chubb, I think, could steamroll. Hunt kind of exposed. Just didn't thrive like anybody really expected, and should go right back to 2 when he's out there. When Chubb's back, Hunt being the 2. Here we go. CEH, Jay Taylor, McKinnon, and Murray are my only running backs. You got to go CEH and McKinnon, I think, there, Tunenbergs. That's what I'm rolling with. I get McKinnon in there tonight. Number 21 in my running back rankings. Newton or Foles? I got to go Newton facing Cam, facing that Jets defense. He's gonna crush. So I'm into Cam Newton. He's going to come back fired up, in my opinion. Chris killed Tupac. This is the best content you can get. That's my man, Dylan. Love you. If I missed anybody's questions too with that guy getting me flustered, please let me know. I don't want to miss any of you guys here. Traded JT and B Cooks for Sanders and Parker. Love it. JT is looking awful. Like, if you get value for JT at this point, I think it's good because Jordan Wilkins is going to outplay him. Guys named Christopher, huge assholes, in my opinion, says Christopher Jason. Couple Christophers holding true to that name. Did I miss anyone's questions? I think I got you all. So, guys, best of luck. You know where to find me at Roto Street Wolf on Twitter. If I missed you or you need anything, I'll be back tomorrow live with Ian Hartitz of PFF for some daily fantasy at 3 o'clock. I cannot wait to go through that stuff with you, Wolfpack. So we'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And best of luck tonight. Let's go Hasty. Let's go Aaron Jones. Be healthy for everybody that's starting him. Let's get this stuff, Wolfpack. Let's get these week 9 W's, baby. Best of luck. As Toon says, tree time. Wolf is out for tree time, baby. Thank you, Omar. You guys are the best. And Mitchell, game time coming. Wish you the best. Sure to join Saturday. Yeah. So tomorrow, actually, Mitch. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully you can join and catch the replay, and I'll, of course, talk more to you. McKinnon or Robbie in the flex. I go Robbie there, Dylan Adams. I do like McKinnon. I know I talked about him. Ryan's about to sign off. Here come the questions. I like McKinnon in comeback mode and with no receivers there, but Robbie's been so steady. I got to keep rolling him. He's been a beast. Alrighty, Wolfpack. At Roto Street Wolf, where you can find me, rotostreetjournal.com. We breed and feed fantasy wolves. Thanks so much for tuning in. And again, any likes, shares, comments. If you're catching the replay, you want to subscribe, means the world. You guys are the best. Let's go. Let's go.